डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Hello dear student, have a nice day. Myself Kiran Patel, Assistant Professor in School of Computer Science of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Dear students, in today's session, we are going to start with the course RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. In this course, we will learn about Unit 3 in Block 1. This is a second part of the Unit 3. In previous session, we have already completed first part of the Unit 3. Now, we will start with the Unit 3 is the data models. This unit includes the different types of the data models like hierarchical data model, network data model, relational data model, entity relationship data model, and object oriented data model. In previous session of the Unit 3 in Block 1, we have been already discussed about the three data model, that is hierarchical data model, network data model, and relational data model. Today, we will discuss about the remaining data models of the Unit 3 in Block 1, that is entity relationship data model and object oriented data model, and comparison between all this model. Now we are going to start with the entity relationship data models. What is ER data model? The entity relationship data model was developed by Peter Chen in 1976. It is a graphical representation of the database structure. Means the database structure are presented using the diagram. In this, all the entities, attributes, relationships are presented by graphically, and we can easily understand graphics. It is very simple for the developer to comprehend the system. For the developer, it is easy to understand overall system because ER model is a graphically represented and we can easily understand the graphics or the diagram rather than the text. The entity relationship data model is based on the perceptions of the real world. It consists of the collection of the basic objects called the entities and relationship among this entity. Now, entity means a particular things or the object. For example, student, book, fruit, etc. are the entity. ER data model specifies the enterprise schema, means design, that represent the overall logical structure of the database graphically. ER diagram are used to represent the ER model, which makes them easy to convert into the relation tables. Relation means tables. ER diagram requires no technical knowledge and no hardware supports. It requires only knowledge of the basic components of the ER diagrams. It gives a standard solution for visualizing the data logically. Now, basic components of ER data model. Here we can see in the figure, it shows the ER model which have a three main parts, that is entity, attributes and relationship. Now, entity have a two main parts, strong entity and weak entity. Against the attributes have a four parts, simple and composite attributes, single and multi-value attributes, null and not null attributes, and last one is the derived attributes. Same as the relationship have a four parts, one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many relationship. Now, what is entity? Entity is a particular thing or an object Individually, it is called the entity. It is different from the other object or entity. Entity is represented by the set of attributes. For example, student, person, book, etc. are the entity. Entity means single object, not more than that. For example, like single student is a entity. Single person, single book is called the entity. Now, what is entity set? Entity set is a set of entities of same types that share the same properties or attributes is called the entity set. For example, like group of the person or a students or customers or employees, etc. are the entity set. Here, entity set means not only a single person, but a group of person, not a single student, but a group of student is called the entity set. Single student is an entity and group of students is called the entity set. Now, what is attributes? Attributes are descriptive properties proposed by the each member of the entity set. Now, it describes the entity. The attributes is describe the entity. For example, student entity have an attributes or properties like student ID, student name, city, etc. So, the student is described by these attributes. Here, we can see in the diagram, student entity is represented by the rectangle and student ID, student name, city are the attributes which is used to describe the particular student and it represented by the oval. Another example of the account entity. Account is an entities and account number and balance are the attributes is used to describe the entity set. Attributes is a column name or a field name in a relational data model. Now, what is domain? Domain means domain is a set of possible values or a data of the attributes. Each attributes have some values. For example, the attributes student ID or roll number have the value, roll number column have a value 1, 2, 3 up to n. Same as the attributes name or a column name, student name have the value like Rahul, Ravi, Prakash, Purvi, etc. For example, the attribute city have the value like city column have which type of the value like Ahmedabad, Surat, Baroda, etc. So the value Surat, Baroda is called the domain. The domain means the possible value 1, 2, 3, 4 in a roll number is called the domain. Now the next is types of attributes. There are 4 types of the attributes. First one is a simple and composite attributes. Second is a single value and multi-value attributes. Third one is the null attributes and not null. And fourth one is a derived attributes. Now what is simple attributes? Simple attributes means first one is a simple and composite attributes. Now what is simple attributes? Simple attributes means the attributes are not divided into the subpart is called the simple attributes. So it is not divided subpart. For example, student ID and city. Student ID is not divided into the subpart or a subfield name. So it is called the simple attributes. Now the composite attributes. The attributes are divided into the subpart is called the composite attributes. For example, student name is divided into the three parts: first name, middle name and last name. So it is called the composite attributes. Now next one is the single value attributes and multi-value attributes. The single value attributes means an attributes have a single value for a particular entity is called the single value attributes. For example, loan number, student ID have a single value, unique value. So it is called the single value attributes. Student ID is not divided. Only single value contained in a student ID. So it is called the single value attributes. Now what is multi-value attributes? The attributes have a set of value for a specific entity is called the multi-value attributes. For example, department name attributes of the company. The department name attributes store the value like sales, purchase, IT department, etc. It is a multi-value attributes. The company have more than one department. The department name have more than one value. So it is called the multi-value attributes. Now the next is null attributes and not null attributes. Now what is null attributes? Null means unknown or not applicable or not known. When we don't know the value of the particular column, then we use the null value attributes. A null value is used when an entity does not have a value for an attributes. If we don't know the attributes value, then we use the null. We don't know the city of the student Ravi, so we can put null value until we know the city of the Ravi, same as the not null attributes. What is not null attributes? Not null attributes is used when the entity must have a value for the particular attributes. When the attributes value are compulsory fill, then not null is used. For example, student have a roll number or a seat number. You must have entered some value in roll number or seat number. You cannot leave with the space or a blank in a not null attributes. Now the next is derived attributes. The value for these attributes can be derived from the another attributes or another related entities. For example, in the figure, result table have a roll number, marks of math subject, English subject, science subject, and total and percentage are the attributes of the result table. The value of the total attributes is derived from the value of marks of all these subject. Maths, English, science subject marks is derived in a total attributes. Now same as in a percentage attributes. Percentage attributes values comes from the total attributes. So percentage attributes is derived from the total attributes. Now the next is relationship. What do you mean by relationship? Relationship is an associated among the several entities. One entity is associated or related with the another entity is called the relationship. Depositor is the relationship. See in the figure. diamond shape is used for the relationship. For example, customer entity associated with the loan entity. See in the figure, two entities are related with the relationship taken. Customer and loan is related with the taken relationship. So, relationship means the two entities are related with each other using relationship. Now the next is relationship set. What do you mean by relationship set? A relationship set is a set of all the relationships of same type. All the entity in an entity set is associated with the relationship in a relationship set. Now the next is, there are four types of the relationship. Types of relationship is express the number of the entities associated with the another entities via relationship set. So, there are four types is one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many relationship. Let's start with the first relationship. One to one relationship. One to one relationship means the entity in A set is associated with at most one entity in a set B. An entity in a B is associated with at most one entity in a A. So, entity set A and entity set B have one to one relationship. Here, for example, one company handle the one department and one department handled by one company. So, it is called one to one relationship. See in the figure, one to one. Now, the next one is a one to many relationship. The entity set in A is associated with any number of the entity in a B, and entity set B can be associated with at most one entity in a A. For example, one teacher teach many subjects is called the one to many relationship. Now, many to one relationship. The entity in A is associated with at most one entity in a B, and entity in a B can be associated with any number of the entities in a A. For example, here many departments handled by the one company is called the many to one relationship. See in the figure, one is described by one and many is described by the star. So, star is describe many relationship. So, it is many to one relationship. Now, the next is many to many relationship. The entity in A is associated with any number of the entity in a B, and entity in a B is associated with any number of the entity in a is called the many to many relationship. For example, many customer taken the many loan is called the many to many relationship. So, here both side is described by the star. Star means many to many relationship. Now, the next is, what is relationship degree? Relationship degree means how many entities are connected with the relationship. There are three types of the relationship degree. First is the binary relationship. Second one is the ternary relationship, and third one is a n-ary relationship. First we see the binary relationship. What is binary relationship? Binary relationship means the relationship is connected with the two entity set is called the binary relationship. For example, customer entity set is connected with the loan entity set. Here there are two entity set is connected with the taken relationship is called the binary relationship. Thus, two different entities are participated in a single relationship is called the binary relationship. Now the next is ternary relationship. What do you mean by ternary relationship? The relationship is connected with the three entity set is called the ternary relationship. For example, in a bank, customer and employee both are taken the loan from the bank. So the customer entity set, employee entity set and loan entity set are connected with the relationship taken. Thus here three different entities are participated in a single relationship is called the ternary relationship. Now the next one is the n-ary relationship. The number of entities are connected with the single relationship is called the n-ary relationship. Here in the figure, the university, department, colleges and courses are the four entities connected with the single relationship. So, finally we can say the relationship degree means the number of entities are connected with the relationship is called the relationship degree. Now the next is a strong entity set and weak entity set. What do you mean by strong entity set? The strong entity set may have sufficient attributes to make a primary key, means the unique key. The column which contain the unique data is called the key attributes or a primary key. So, the strong entity set means the entity set may have a sufficient attributes to make the primary key is called the strong entity set. For example, entity set loan. Loan entity set have a primary key, so it is called the strong entity set. Loan entity set have a loan ID and loan ID contains the unique data. So loan ID is called the primary key. So the strong entity means the loan entity set have a loan ID attributes which is primary key. Now what is weak entity set? Weak entity set means it is opposite to the strong entity set. An entity set may not have a sufficient attributes to make a primary key is called the weak entity set. For example, entity set payment. Payment entity set have not a primary key, so it is called the weak entity set. Here we can see in the example, loan entity have the attributes loan number and amount, and payment entity set have a payment number, payment date and payment amount attributes. The loan have a loan number. Loan number is a unique. It contains the unique data. So we can make the loan number as a primary key. But the payment number have not a unique data because every loan have a same payment number. For example, suppose the loan 1 have a 2 payment, payment 1 and payment 2, and loan 2 have a 3 payment like payment 1, payment 2 and payment 3. So here different loan may share the same payment number. Loan 1 have also payment 1 and loan 2 have also payment 1. Loan 1 have a 2 payment and loan 2 have a 3 payment. So payment number is repeated. So we cannot make the payment number as a primary key. Here the different loan may share the same payment number. Thus the payment number is repeated. So we cannot give the primary key to the payment number in a payment entity set. Weak entity set have not a primary key. So the weak entity set is dependent on the strong entity set. So that strong entity is dominant entity. Weak entity is a subordinate. This subordinate is used as a primary key in a weak entity set. And the discriminator is a set of attributes formed as a primary key. The discriminator is also called a partial key. The primary key of the weak entity set is making by the primary key of the strong entity set. The weak entity set is an existent dependent on a strong entity set. Thus, the primary key of the payment entity set is a loan number and payment number. So, individually payment number is not identify the unique record. So, we can say the combine of the loan number and payment number to identify the unique record. The weak entity set in ER diagram is defined by the double outline box, and corresponding relationship is also defined as a double line diamond. The use of double line is indicate the total participation. This is called the loan and payment relationship set. And the discriminator of the weak entity set is defined like a underline, dash line. Now the next is ER diagram is graphically expressed by overall logical structure of the database. The components of the ER diagram are: first is the rectangle. Rectangle represent the entity set. Oval represent the ellipses which represent the attributes. Diamond represent the relationship set. Line represent the link between entity set to relationship and relationship set to entity set. Now the double line. Double line represent the multiple attributes. Dash ellipses which represent the derived attributes, and double line represent the total participation of the entity set with the relationship. Relationship and entity set in between the double line is indicate the total participation. Now these components are used when we draw the ER diagram. These all are used in a diagram. Now the next is merit of the ER data model. First is the simple. Simple means it is a simple to draw the ER diagram. That's why ER model is easy. And second one is understand easily. The design of the ER diagram or the design of the ER is very logical, and hence they are easy to design and understand. Third one is the effective. ER diagram is graphical representation, so it is effectively communication tools. Now integrated. The ER model can be easily integrated with the relationship models. Now the next is flexible. ER model are flexible and can be modified easy to accommodate the changes in the database design and also structure. These are the merits of the ER model. Now the demerits of the ER model. First one is the hide the information. While drawing the ER model, some of the information can be hide or lost because we cannot show all the information diagrammatically. Second one is a no industry standard. There is no industry standard for notation of the ER diagram. Now the next one is the difficult to modify. ER models can be difficult to modify once they are created. Any changes made to the model may require the extensive rework, which can be time consuming and expensive. Now the next one is missing some constraint, because depending upon the different logical perceptions, may at times it is not possible to specify most of the constraint in a diagrammatically. Now the next is object oriented data model, that is called the OODM. Now object oriented data model is a logical data model that is based on a concept of the object oriented programming like C, C++, Java, etc. Object oriented data model represent the real world problems easily. In this, real world problems are represented as an object with the different attributes, and all the objects have a multiple relationship between them. The data and their relationships are contained in a single structure as an object in this data model, because using object we can easily use the data and method of the class structure. Using this model, we can easily store audio, pictures, video and other types of the data in the database, which was impossible with the relational and other models. This model is represented by the UML diagram, Uniform Modeling Diagram, or a class diagram. Now, in the object-oriented data model, we can see in the diagram, student is the class and student ID, name and address and phone number is the attributes or a variable of the class student, and insert and modify is the method name of the student class. The same as the result is the class, and SID subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 is a variable name, and display result is a method name of the result class. Here two classes are connected with the SID attributes, which is common in both the class student as well as result. Student class can create the multiple object also, like S1, S2, S3 is called the object. Thus, in an object oriented data model, all the entities, attributes, methods or behaviors are represented as a same this diagram referred to as a UML diagram or a class diagram. Now the next is component of the object oriented data model. First is the object. What is object? Object is representation of the physical entity. A single instance of an entity is represented by the object. For example, instance of the students, doctors or engineers are object. Instance means a single things, like a individual student or individual doctors is called the object. Now what is attributes? Attributes describe the properties of the object. It describes the properties. For example, object is a student and its attributes are SID, name, address, phone number is a student class is called the attributes. Any entity is described by the attributes. Suppose an employee entity which is described by the employee ID, employee name, city, etc. Now what is method? Method represent the behavior of the object. Basically, it represents the real world action. For example, finding the result of the student. In above figure, display result method, you can add in the student using insert method. It is called the function also. Now, the next component is a class. Class is a collection of similar types of the object which share the structure, that is attributes, and behavior, that is method. the object is instance of the class. For example, individual person, student, doctor, engineer is called the object, but the group of the person, student and doctor is called the class. Group means class and individual is called the object. Now the next is inheritance. What is inheritance? A new class can be derived from the original class, and derived class contain the attributes and methods of the original class as well as its own. This is called the parent and child relationship, and the child class is derived from the parent class. Now, merits of the object oriented data model. Which are the merits? Reuse the codes using inheritance. Using inheritance, you can use the base class attributes and the methods in derived class. No need to describe the base class attributes and methods in a derived class. It is easy to be reused, easy to understand also. Reduce the cost of maintenance due to the reusability of the inheritance attributes and function. Due to this, no need to use the extra memory or any hardware resources. Retrieve quickly and easily complex the data. Now the object ID are assigned automatically. So these are the merits of the OODM. Now the demerits of the OODM. First is it is not a properly developed, so not accepted by all the user easily, and also it is difficult to understand all the users. The object database are not widely adopted. In some situation, the high complexity can causes the performance problems because the complexity may takes the time for a solution. Now the next is, last topic is the comparison between the data model. Here it is comparison between different data models based on some specialized characteristics and some merits and demerits of all the models. This table shows the comparison of all the models. Here we can see the characteristics, organization, identify, access language, data independence and structural independence. The hierarchical data is one-to-many relationship only, and its organization structure is a file or a record base, and access language is a procedural. Yes, it is a data independence. So here all the conclusion of all this model are here in this diagram. Now here we complete the part 2 of unit 3 in block 1. Unit 3 is completed here. Today we have been discussed about two data models in a DBMS, that is entity relationship data models and object oriented data models, and also comparison of all this data model. You can easily see in the diagram all the data models are concluded in table form. In next session we will learn unit 4 in block 1 is a database design. If you understand this session and getting the knowledge from this session, then please subscribe the BAU Gujarat. And once again, thank you all. Thank you guys.
स्वाध्यायः परः